You think it's friendship. You think it's a relationship. You think it's mutual. It's not. You're being used. And most people don't realize it until they've already given everything. Here's the truth. People don't use you openly. They use you subtly, through small requests, through emotional dependency, through the language of care that masks extraction. And by the time you notice, you're exhausted, depleted, and they're nowhere when you need them. Stay until the end, because I'll show you the 5 signs you're being used, and the exact response that ends it immediately. Sign 1, they only reach out when they need something. Not to check in, not to connect. Only when they need help, money, attention, emotional labor, access. And the moment you provide it, they disappear. Until the next need. This isn't connection, this is transaction. And transactions disguised as relationships are extraction, not friendship. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Being good doesn't mean being available for extraction. It means recognizing extraction and refusing to participate. Sign 2. The relationship feels one-sided. You initiate, you plan, you accommodate, you adjust. And they show up when convenient, when it benefits them, when they feel like it, but never when you need them. And every time you notice this, you tell yourself, they're just busy. They're going through something. I'm being too demanding. But you're not. You're being used. And the person using you is comfortable because you keep explaining away what you already know is true. Sign 3. They guilt you when you set boundaries. You say no, and suddenly, you're the problem. I thought I could count on you. You've changed. I guess I know where I stand now. This is manipulation, not disappointment. They're not upset you said no. They're upset that boundaries interrupt their access. And access is what users protect, not the relationship, the resource. And you are the resource. That's why they stay. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." Translation: stop caring if people who use you are disappointed when you stop being used. Their disappointment is your confirmation that you made the right choice. Sign 4. They take credit but never carry weight. When things go well, they were involved. When things go poorly, you were alone. They celebrate your wins as if they contributed. But when you struggle, they're unavailable. Not because they're busy, because struggle doesn't benefit them. And users only show up where there's benefit, not burden. This reveals something. They're not in your life for you. They're in your life for what you provide. And the moment you stop providing, they disappear. Not slowly, instantly. Sign 5. You feel drained after interacting with them. Not tired, drained. That's different. Because they take more than they give. Energetically, emotionally, practically. Every conversation is about their problems. Every interaction requires your labor. Every connection leaves you emptier than before it started. And you keep showing up because you tell yourself, that's what good people do. But good people don't drain people. Users do. And the moment you recognize that exhaustion after interaction is a signal, not a mood, is the moment you stop volunteering for extraction. If this is clarifying things, subscribe. Because this isn't about being selfish. This is about recognizing when generosity has become exploitation. And once you see exploitation, you can't unsee it and shouldn't accept it. Here's what most people do wrong. They wait for users to change. They don't. Users don't change behavior that works. And as long as you provide, the behavior works. So it continues. because they're evil. Because humans repeat what produces results. And you've been producing results for their needs while yours go unmet. That asymmetry is the foundation of use. And asymmetry doesn't self-correct. It requires intervention. Your intervention? Through withdrawal. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." You don't need to confront users. You don't need to explain why you're pulling back. You just need to stop providing what they've been taking. No announcement, no negotiation, no justification, just unavailability. And unavailability ends use. Not through conflict, through absence. I used to think being used meant I was valuable. If people needed me, I must matter. But I didn't matter. My function did. And the moment I couldn't function, they vanished. Not gradually, immediately. A friend who only called when they needed advice. Never when I needed support. A relationship where I was the one accommodating. Always. A commitment where my energy was expected, but never reciprocated. Each one. Extraction disguised as connection. And I accepted it because I thought generosity meant availability. It doesn't. Generosity without boundaries is just permission for others to drain you. One day I stopped. Someone reached out. Same pattern, same need, same expectation that I'd provide. And I felt the familiar pull, that urge to help, to accommodate, to be available. But I didn't. I said, "I can't right now." And I meant it. No explanation, no apology, no offer to help later, just boundary. And they didn't respond well. Guilt, pressure, disappointment, all designed to make me reverse the boundary. But I didn't. And something happened. They stopped reaching out. Not because they were hurt, because I stopped being useful. And users don't stay where they're not served. Here's what the Stoics knew. Your energy is finite. Your time is finite. And giving finite resources to people who only take isn't generosity. It's self-destruction. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." If your availability is controlled by others' needs, you're not master of yourself. You're their resource. And resources get used until they're depleted. Here's the shift. Stop being available to people who are only present when they need something. Stop explaining yourself to people who guilt you for having boundaries. Stop accommodating relationships that drain you, not out of anger, out of self-preservation. Because self-preservation isn't selfish, it's required. Final truth. If you're being used, you already know. You've known for a while, but you've been hoping it would change. It won't. Not on its own. Users don't wake up one day and start reciprocating. They continue until you stop them. And stopping them doesn't require confrontation. It requires withdrawal. Quiet, consistent, unapologetic. Withdraw your energy from those who only take. Withdraw your time from those who only need. Withdraw your presence from those who only show up when it benefits them. And watch what happens. Not immediately, but inevitably. The users leave. Not because you rejected them, because you stopped serving them. And people who only valued your function don't stay when the function ends. And that departure isn't loss, it's liberation. Because every user who leaves creates space for people who actually value you, not your function, you. And those people? They don't drain. They reciprocate. They don't take. They give. They don't disappear when you need them. They show up, consistently, without being asked. That's connection. Everything else is extraction. Know the difference. Protect the first. End the second. Starting now.